What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Do-It-Yourself Junk Removal SEO, where I help junk removal business owners, dumpster rental companies, and small business owners really understand the internet, search engine optimization, Google, and how to get their websites optimized better and have their websites rank and their Google listings show up more on the search results for the services that they are providing, which equals more money in their pockets in the long run. So today, what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. What I'm going to do is a complete search engine optimization and analysis, a complete market analysis for a particular town somewhere in the USA. And today I decided just to pick randomly Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys everything that you guys can do right now on your own computer to analyze number one, the search volume for junk removal, and number two, what it would take to overtake the competition and dominate that online presence in that particular city. That way, you guys know if you guys are either one, number one, if you guys are starting a junk removal business in that particular city, or if you have a junk removal business in that city and you want to improve it. And everything that I'm going to do, you can use it for your city, wherever you're at, whatever you want, the area that you want to service. And it doesn't have to be junk removal. It doesn't have to be dumpster rentals. It could be pretty much any business. If you're renting out bounce houses, if you're doing carpet cleaning, the same thing holds true. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to break this all down and see what it would take for you guys to dominate in your area. So let's go ahead and get going. Let me show you exactly how to make this happen. Okay, guys, the very first thing we're going to do is check the volume. Let's go ahead and find out exactly how many people are actually typing in junk removal in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, that type of search, because let's go ahead and pretend this is the town that I'm living in and I want to start a junk removal business, or I own one and I want to improve and get more traffic, more customers calling me through Google. So this is what I would do. First of all, type in junk removal, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And the very first thing I would do is look for the website that's basically on its own. You see these right here? These are big, not big franchise ones, big monster companies with different locations. You want to skip these, right? See, this one has College Hunks, Yelp, Go Load Up, any of that stuff. You look for one that's just by itself, like this one. Perfect. You click on that. Here's a website for junk removal in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You click on this, you copy that. Then you visit a website called the Hoth Search Engine Rankings. I'll put a link in the description. And then what you do is you enter that domain into here, and it's going to show you what's causing this website to show up on Google. What are the search terms for it? And from that information, you could get your volume of people looking for junk removal in that area. If it's even beneficial for you to do so, or maybe there's some keywords that you don't know that people are using. So let's take a look. Very first thing I see, junk removal, Murfreesboro, TN. Those four words are searched 260 times every single month. Wonderful. That's all you need. Even if it was like 40 or 50, I'm game. I know people are typing this into Google, and any combination of that, Murfreesboro, Tennessee junk removal, Murfreesboro junk removal. This is a very, very, how would you say, broad. This is not like the most high tech information. This gives you a rough understanding because it's free. There's other ones that are more like complex and give you more data. But this will tell you right now there's plenty of business for it out there. Murfreesboro trash pickup, dumpster rentals. If you want to do dumpster rentals, 40 searches a month. That's plenty enough for me. That's enough for me to get into it. Because you also have to take into account that people just type in junk removal where they live. So that's another thing you have to take into account. But right away, the search volume, perfect. I'm game. If I have a business there, I'm going to go ahead and try to grow it. If I don't have a business there, I'm going ahead and try to build one there because I see the search volume for that. Let's go on to the next one. Now what I'm going to do is analyze which businesses are showing up, which ones are getting the vast majority of the traffic and probably getting the most business in that particular area. And the very first one is going to be the one on the map listing. So what I'm going to do is figure out why it's ranking number one and what I would need to do in order to overtake it and beat them in the long run. So the first one I see is junk be gone. This is the first one that I see. And there's basically four criteria to make this business show up in this map listing. Number one, and these are not in any particular order, they're all to me all part of the same thing. All of these have to combine to do well in order to rank online here. One of the first things it needs is a website connected to the listing that actually offers the keywords junk removal Murfreesboro, junk removal services, that type of thing, so that Google knows that this listing's about junk removal services in that area. So that's the very first thing I see is I click on their website to see if it even mentions junk removal and Murfreesboro. And you can see, let's take a look. Middle Tennessee. There it is. Murfreesboro, junk removal. Middle Tennessee has mentioned some stuff like that. So that's one of the things it's doing right there. There it is. And their addresses too, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So that's already checked off on the list. So they are on their website offering junk removal services in that area. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what we're going to do is business citations. Business citations are mentions of the business name, address, and phone numbers all over the internet. Usually the ones up here have hundreds, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s listings all over the internet. And Google sees those listings all over the place, which causes Google to trust it even more. So that's another factor. How we can figure this out? It's pretty simple. Just type in their business name and then their phone number. Right into Google, hit search, and you're going to see results. It's going to say 72,000, it's going to say 10,000, say something crazy like that. But just keep scrolling through here and you'll see that they got listings at the Chamber of Commerce here, a Facebook listing, iBegin, Local Stack, Merchant Circle, Better Business Bureau, Go Local. Let's take a look. Keep going. Yelp, B2B, Yellow Pages, MapQuest, Yellow Pages. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And sometimes Google just, I don't know why it does this, but it ends up being 25 results. So they have 25 results listings all in all of different places on Google. They probably have more than this, but this gives you a rough idea. So they have a lot of listings. So one of the things you need to do is get more listings than they have, which is 25. And I'll show you guys there's ways to make that happen. Getting not Google listings, business citations listed all over the place, just like these guys have online. So those are the second one. The third one, reviews. Let's take a look. Obviously, they got reviews. 109 reviews. That's great. The more reviews they have, the better. Of course, Google's going to like that. Not only that, it's because Google senses the activity. There's life. There's things taking place on this listing. So it's people interacting with it. So that Google sees it's active, it's alive, it senses that, and it favors that just because of that. Number four, are they posting on their Google listing? More than likely they are. Let's take a look. There they are. These are like mini blog posts on your Google Map listing. And I can see they're doing it 4 days ago, on the 12th here, on the 5th of January, December. So they sprinkle in these in every once in a while, which is great. Again, you're showing Google that you care about your listing. There's interaction with your listing, all that stuff. And that's another one of the big reasons this thing is ranking in the top of the Google listings here. And of course, the geographic location as well. The address is in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, not super outskirts or anything like that. So that's what's causing this to rank. So in order for your business to do the same thing, you have to have a website that's has junk removal in that particular town's name connected to your listing. You got to have a lot of business citations. You got to get some reviews from your customer, and you just got to start posting on your Google Map listing. Another added thing is you got to make sure you have the right category of service with your listing. Waste management, what's another one? Garbage disposal, collection service, garbage collection service. Any one of these work, and there's ways to add all three to favor, so Google really understands that you're just basically a junk removal company in that area. So that's the Google listing. That's what it would take to beat this one right here. Now let's move on to the organic listing. Okay, next, what we're going to check is the organic listings. These are the top 10 websites underneath the map listings. This is very, very important for you to get into this as well. And if you do this correctly, there's a great possibility for you to show up both here and here. So the more you get shown on the first page of Google, just like this, the more your customers are going to trust you and give you a call. If you're listed here and here, yeah, more likely they're going to give you a call. So to me, for a website to rank, there's basically 6 major things you need to do. Number one, your website's got to have some age. So if you don't have a website up, get one today. I don't care if it's just empty, just buy it, set it up on cheap hosting, whatever. The longer it lasts online, the more Google's going to trust it. Number two, your meta title and your meta description of your website. You got to make sure you tell Google what you want to be found for. In this case, it's junk removal, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Your meta title has to say that, and then your meta description's got to be in there as well. Number three, your H1 title tags and your H2 title tags. Your H1 title tag is like the cover of your book report. It's going to title the website what it's going to be found for. Again, junk removal services, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then your sub headlines also have to kind of match and have the same thing to do, the same topic of junk removal in that particular area, or junk removal in general. And then number five now is content. You got to have some content on your website. The more content, the better. If your website's like 10 years old, your domain addresses, you don't have to worry as much compared to a new one. So the newer the website is, the more content you're going to have. So that Google reads it and really starts to trust it and see what you got going on there. And then finally, backlinks. Backlinks are links from other websites pointing to your websites. And there's artificial ways for you to do this in a non-spammy way so that your website can start to get traction and get going and get that trust with Google. And all you have to do is go to seoscan.org. It's completely free. I'll have a link in my description. Look for the top website on there, and I'm going to show you that it's always the same thing. Right here is College Hunk. Okay, that's the very first one on the top search. I'll type that into here and analyze here, and it's going to tell me this is the title tag: Murfreesboro College Hunks junk moving. See, Google knows this is junk removal, junk hauling, Murfreesboro. Meta description: junk and moving, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right here. Junk removal, you see that? And Murfreesboro is in the meta description. Let's check out the title. A stress-free experience, college hunch, junk moving. The Murfreesboro. So taking a look at it, it's not much competition. Here's the first one on here. They are including it in here, but it's not very, very optimized really well. And in my opinion, in my experience, Google likes a more local search compared to a giant corporate one like this. It prefers giving it a better local search for every particular town. So beating this out wouldn't be too difficult. Doesn't have much content either. Plus, it's a sub page. It's not a main page. Let's take a look at the main page that's showing out there. This one here. I'll copy this one. I put it in the SEO scan as well. Type that in there. Analyze. And you can see junk removal, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee junk removal company, the headline, junk removal, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, sub headlines. It's all telling Google what this business is to be found for. So it wouldn't be difficult to beat. So after all this analysis, what it would take for me, if I own a junk removal business, is it wouldn't be very much. Just build a very good website, good headlines, good content, let it age, fix up the Google listing. More than likely, your Google listing is going to rank faster than your website. And in the long run, eventually beat out your competition out here. It totally can be done with some of those things that I've shown. And I will be creating a course here really soon. It's going to show you how to do this completely by yourself, how to get the links, how to get the business citations, how to do this, just spending a couple hours every month, doing this monthly, and eventually overtaking your business owner. It might not overtake them, but at least you get into that 3 spot, because some of these guys are already implementing some of these tactics as well. So the main objective is to get towards the top, and towards the top of the Google top 10 organic searches. That way you can dominate your area, improve your business, or if you're starting out, get in there and kick some ass and take over some business out there in Murfreesboro. The volume's there, the potential's there. It can totally be done. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I have all this descriptions here and below. I'll have that course up really soon to show you guys how to do this yourself, and even show you how to build your website yourself and just take care of all this and save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in advertising and SEO charges from other big companies that are going to try to get you for that. All righty, guys, till next time.